back to Comic Beyond. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Smallville Harbinger. So, what Smallville Harbinger is, this one's a special, but it's a special spun off of the season 11 tie in comic because the show ended and then they started this comic book series to kind of continue the adventures. So, in this story, Zatanna has to team up with the Constantine to find these acolytes of Trigon and to get back one of her father's cursed books. Now, if you watched season 8 and 9 of Smallville, you learn that that's what Zatanna's been trying to do. One, bring back her father, and then in season 9, you learn that she's been trying to track down all these cursed objects that he had cursed back in his younger days when he was like running wild with his magic. And so they kind of tie that in to this book because she's still on the hunt for all these cursed objects and cursed books. So Constantine and Zatanna are investigating these acolytes that are trying to bring back Trigon. And then they come to find out that there's been a girl that's been kidnapped, and the acolytes of Trigon are wanting to sacrifice her to bring forth Trigon's return. So they end up finding the hideout or where these acolytes were, but they learn their plan, so they go to face them. Constantine and Zatanna end up defeating them and stopping Trigon's return and rescuing the girl, who, come to find out, if you know your comics and you know comic lore and all that with Trigon, the girl turns out to be Raven, known from the Teen Titans, but now Smallville continuity, Raven. And so they defeat them, rescue Raven, and Zatanna and Constantine are at an airport. They're about to part ways, and this is kind of like the start of their friendship in the Smallville universe. You never saw John Constantine in Smallville. You didn't even they didn't make reference to him, but he's such a connection to Zatanna. It made sense to introduce him through her, and especially in this. So it made sense to me to use him. I wasn't really a big fan of the story, to be honest with you. I know it's got the Smallville, title, and it's tied into Smallville, but it just didn't have like that Smallville feel to it. It just felt like a kind of a mediocre story within that world. But I mean, characters still felt like the characters. Zatanna still was Zatanna. Constantine still had his personality, which was probably the highlight of this. I actually kept the personality of Constantine pretty close to even actual comic book Constantine. So I like that part. The story was just okay. But if you like Smallville, I would recommend this. If you're just a fan of either one of these two characters, Zatanna or Constantine, it's worth just giving it a quick read. It's not required reading for either one of these characters at all. This is mainly made for fans, in my opinion. But that was Smallville Harbinger. I just wanted to do a quick review because I finally was able to get the book and check it out. But it was a quick read, very simple story. Again, if you're a fan of the Smallville show, either Constantine or Zatanna, it's worth giving it the read. I'll give it that. I'd probably give it 5 out of 10, which ain't bad. But that's my review of Smallville Harbinger. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.